Okay, after talking to the Baron and to Lynn, yeah, these most guys, well, a lot of guys do their own nut plate. So they basically take a non just a metal no locking device on it, and they literally just weld it to one of these washers up, and then they drill a couple of holes. Then in these holes they can screw it to, let's say, the inside there of the fin to secure the eye bolts. On my case, since I already have these nut plates, it seemed like it was okay to remove the safety, the locking feature in there just by tapping it with a normal 1032 file. So now it's fine, now it's rotating easy. Of course it can never, it's going to be locked itself anyway, because obviously this can't rotate because there's going to be a pin in these guys. That's for the pin. Okay, now I'm just doing another I need another washer in parenthesis of plywood on this side for the eye bolt to rest against. So just transfer these holes. These are a bit too big and I'll just trim them off. I made a long strip of balsa, which is going to become the leading edge of the rudder. So I just rough cut it, a couple of 45s in there. The rest will be super easy to do by hand. I'm sure it's a bit also bigger than my actual size. So I've just marked these guys down, put the length of this guy on the chop saw, easy. So I'm just gonna be putting some epoxy on this guy, these guys, and same thing for the fin. Okay, so for this for the fin, I've made using a leather punch. I did the round washer out of ply, put a hole in it, and then glued it in there, and then install just a piece of scrap wood and a small clamp to keep it clamped down. Now this guy should just glued it up. The slippage was always an issue, damn it. So I tried some staples on the side. It works okay-ish. Here I had to go with some gauge 23 steel pins. So when I'll be sanding down, I'll be able to remove them. Put some nuts there, after some bolts, so I could align the piece of plywood there, which is bigger than needed, so I can sand it after. So once it was aligned with the cheap bolt, I stapled it. Now I'm just going to remove the bolts and clean the interior of the excess glue. Okay, now I'm just cleaning the holes with this thing. In French it's called a cure-pipe, but I have no clue what the heck it is. It's kind of a small steel with a furry thing on the sides. So I guess now I'm just removing the excess blobs of glue. I'm just guessing that it would make a mess, or else. Okay, now a bit of shaping with a straight edge with sandpaper. Big grit, so everything is straight. Piece of cake with balsa, that's for sure. I always keep on top of my inlet table saw so all the dust can go in there. Okay, now to remove the slightest bumps, I use a foam backed 80 grit. Okay, so here's the product. Of course, this I've just tapered this slightly, but now my plywood will come here. This was a piece of cake. The balsa shapes like there's super easy. This is a bit weird. The lane between this and this is more than the lane between this and this. So I'm gonna have to put a hole, I guess, in this guy so I can slip in the pin. And after that we can have fun again and do right and left. So I think it's good. I just went to some guys today. They were covering up a Jodel, and everybody thought the craftsmanship was good, the plan was good, it was strangely strong and well designed. Thanks, Lynn.